Chapter 563. In order to turn the tables, Joey recalled a name that Paul had mocked Trump with, Natalia. So, he pretended to be curious and asked, "Dad, what's the issue with this Natalia that you talked about earlier? You guys seem to be very close to her, I'm rather curious." Paul threw a sideway glance at Trump and said with a grin, "Natalia was the most beautiful girl in our batch, and a lot of boys fell in love with her. In fact, if her admirers queued up, it would circle the university twice." Then, Paul deliberately raised his voice and laughed. Eventually, Natalia must have been hypnotized or something, because she chose Trump. Since he was in love with the most beautiful and popular girl in school, he had to avoid walking into people for fear that he would be ambushed and beaten. What happened later? Again, Paul looked at Trump in amusement and giggled. Then, Natalia dumped him and flew to the United Kingdom. She hasn't come back since. Then, he turned to Trump and asked in a mocking tone, "Oh, Trump, do you know why Natalia broke up with you?" Trump growled, "It's none of your business." Paul laughed at his reaction. "Let me tell you, in truth, Natalia was irritated because of her countless admirers, so she decided to find a fake boyfriend to shun all the annoying buggers. Hence, she chose you, and you were the only one who was kept in the dark. After she used you, she dumped you and went abroad." Ha ha ha. Trump shouted angrily, "Shut up. Natalia and I broke up because..." He couldn't finish his sentence. His expression changed from outrage to regret, desolation, and sadness. He hung his head low, sighed gently, and waved his hand. "Forget it, let's drop the subject." "Oh, don't," Paul said aggressively. "Don't leave your words hanging like that. Tell us, why did you break up with her? Wasn't it because she was done with you?" "Of course not." "Tell us then." "It's between us, you have no business meddling in our affairs." Paul clicked his tongue in annoyance and said, "In my opinion, you are just too embarrassed to admit that you were fooled." Trump waved his hand dejectedly. "Say whatever you want, no comment." Paul didn't expect Trump to call a truce so soon, and he rolled his eyes at him in agitation, feeling as though he had punched air instead of a sandbag. At this moment, more and more people had arrived, and very soon, more than 20 guys were gathered at the gate. Trump was right, the people who came to the reunion were all guys. These elderly pals seemed to have a very sincere and genuine friendship among one another. They started chatting with each other, and Alex even saw that some of them had tears in their eyes. Phil, the first to approach Trump, came to them and ushered, "Guys, don't just stand there, come in and talk." Paul nodded. "Yes, let's go to our old classroom to talk. Mr. Carl may take a while to arrive since he is feeling under the weather. Let's go in first."